What's going on, everybody? And welcome to the live video. We're just gonna wait for a bit to get some people on, and when we get a decent amount, we will get started. What's going on, James? So yeah, just if you're watching the replay, I'd say skip to about 3 minutes, and then that's when we're gonna get started. So I need to update my YouTube or something. it's like always it always says my stream health isn't that great and my Wi-Fi is great. So let's see. About another minute. Let me know, guys. Can you guys hear me? And is it choppy? Is the video choppy? And if it is choppy, then let me know. Just trying to figure this crap out. See, you got a new background. Yeah, Nathan. Just moved. So I moved to a new place. If you've seen the last video or the video before that, I moved to a new spot. So I'm officially on my own. All right, not choppy. Love what you're doing. You gave me the knowledge to make money with that boss. That's the goal. That is the goal. All right. Thanks, Pumpkin Man. All right, about 20 more seconds and then we'll get started. All right. So you guys saw the title of the video. We will be doing a Q&A. And this can be about anything. I get a lot of questions from you guys. And although my channel is dedicated to phone flipping, I get a lot of questions about business, about life. I get a lot of different messages from people who are dealing with a lot, and have a lot of people who are against what they're trying to do, and they just want some guidance. So this Q&A will be about anything. Doesn't have to just be about phone flipping. Just kind of throw out some questions, and then we'll get some. Hopefully, I can answer as many questions as I can. Won't be on here too long, probably about 20 minutes, just because I have to be somewhere at 2:30. I'm picking up a couple phones around 2:30, so keep that in mind, guys, and we'll get this thing started. So the first question, what's the best thing to write in your Craigslist ad? Um, I got a video on that, but if you keep it with Craigslist ads, you got to keep it simple. I usually just stick to you know I buy iPhones and Galaxies. I mean, it's just that simple. And what you don't want to do, you don't want to add a picture. You don't want to add a picture in your Craigslist ads, and you don't want to post in the cell phone section, because that's how you get flagged. Post in the wanted section, um, and you'll be good. I live in Wichita, Kansas, and buy tons of iCloud Lock and Google Lock phones. I take the Google Lock off and sell the phone as is. Nice, nice. I come across a couple of Google Lock as well and do the exact same. So for those who don't know what Google Lock is, it is kind of like iCloud. You know, if the last or previous owner didn't take off their Google account, and when you factory reset it and take it to the startup screen, it's gonna say verify your account or something like that, and it's gonna have you put that email of the last person who had it. So that's the one thing you got to make sure when buying phones is all those accounts are off, because you don't want to be stuck with an iPhone 8 that you bought for $300 or $400, and it's useless now because you didn't check the phone before you bought it. So yeah, that's it's, first time here. Ken Fit Nation, welcome. Oh my God, I get a lot of questions from you guys on Facebook and on YouTube. Do you plan on owning a store one day and expanding your business? Yes, I do, James. Actually, what I really want to do is, like in the last video I told you guys, I'm doing a lot of different stuff now, and just trying to find, things that stick. So phone flipping is going to be there regardless. Um, it's great now because the money that I'm making, and I'm not, I don't have much to pay besides fees. And what a store does, your expenses are gonna go up. You got to pay rent, you got to pay, for electricity, all that different stuff is gonna go come into play. So there's a couple of stores out here already where I'm at in Idaho, and they're doing decent, but I don't think Idaho will be the best place to have a store. And what I told people, who've asked me the same question is, I want to be able to own a store, but I want to be able to, go in whenever I feel like it and just check in. I'm not doing much of working in the store, probably in the beginning, but the whole goal would just be to collect from the store and then do other things. 'Cause I don't want to be, trapped um, in a store like all day. That's not fun to me. Let's see. I'm still buying older phones and building up my buying power. I get a lot of offers for 4S and 5s. Yeah, 4S is sale. If you can buy a 4S for 10 bucks, 5S for 15, 20 bucks, you're gonna make some money. You're gonna make some money. You're gonna make some pretty good money actually. I actually stopped buying um 5S's, just I don't know. I had not like a legit reason of why. I just stopped. I actually have a 5S um that I haven't even listed. I had this 5S for about 5 months so far and just haven't listed. Got the box, have everything, new accessories, everything. I just haven't listed it. I just haven't listed it. It's weird. How do you how do I make 1,000 by next week? Starting with only $100. Mindy, that is realistic, but that's gonna be hard if you don't know what you're doing. Turning 100 to 1,000 by next week is realistic if you know what you're doing. But if you don't, then that's gonna be pretty hard. Any suggestions on negotiating those? eBay price seems to be extreme. When you negotiate, you just gotta be honest. That phone is old. Those 4S's and 5s those are old phones. I always mention like whatever the new phones out. I always say, well, look, the new iPhone X just came out, which means that the value of this phone, dropped a lot. Nobody's really buying these phones anymore. Who's still buying a 4S? I mean, believe it or not, there's people still buying those on eBay, but it'll be it'll be really hard to sell a 4S locally um, for a resale price. Maybe if you want to, let it go for like 40 bucks, then that's good. How much profit do you try to make per phone? Um, when I do that, when I think about profits, I just think of how much I spend and how much the minimum I'm willing to take for profit. So when it's like anything under $100, I try to stay with $40 profit and above, and then you move on to 150. If you're paying 150, then I got to at least make 85. That's how I do it. Um, that's just my way of thinking. Football, use shoes, Sperry, and also sell tons of jeans. You make 40 a pop. That's good. That's really good. I've always thought about doing clothing, but I've realized that there's a lot of work to do in clothing, and I just don't have enough time. How often do you drive to the seller in comparison to having them meet you halfway? It all depends on the deal, Nathan. I've drove to a couple of people. I've actually drove to somebody yesterday um, to buy their iPhone 8, and the deal was good. And then I use that as my advantage. I'll say, well, I'm driving to you. I usually will say, I usually say like, um, what did I say? Like people usually come to me, so let them know that people usually come to me. But if I come to you, you got to knock the price down a little bit. You got to take $25 off, and and then we'll go from there. And they usually say yeah. They usually say yeah. Um, what do you do if you're getting offers for phones outside of your purchase ability? If you are getting offered, if you don't have much capital, what I suggest you do is make sure you put in your ads that you buy certain phones. So, if you got $150, then I'll say, hey, I'm buying iPhones 5 through 6S, and then you go Galaxy S4 through S7s. So you gotta be specific with people that because you're gonna come with a lot of different phones. But if you don't have the money for it, it just doesn't look good. If you're trying to form this as a business, because then people are gonna say, well, you said you're buying phones, but you're not buying phones because you don't tell them that you can't afford it. But if you say, hey, I can't meet, and it's just gonna be bad. So if you do have that capital issue, then just be specific on your ads as far as what phones you're buying and what phones you're not buying at the moment. And if you do get those, then just try to stall it out as far as saying, hey, I can pick it up. I can pick it up next week, or I'm out of town from this time to this time, and I can pick it up at this time. And that's kind of going to give you time to get that capital up to, so you might be able to buy it, but you never want to be like, no, I can't buy. I don't have any money, because then they're going to look at you like, well, this is a business, but you're not doing it right. How can I learn to unlock phones? YouTube. I want to start flipping phones, but I have no idea how to ship from Estonia to I don't know where. I have no idea how the shipping works. I'm not sure how that works either. Usually the people that I interact with and teach how to do this is from United States, Canada, Australia, UK. I've never had much from other countries. Uh, been watching you since 70 subscribers. Want to know how to make sure you're not getting scammed, how to make sure the phones you're buying are stolen. Um, you know, well, when you want to look to see the phone's not stolen, check the ESN IMEI number. That's a given right there. You got to check that every time. If you fail to check that and you buy a stolen phone, and you just made a huge mistake. So check that. They have a lot of good IMEI checkers right now that are legit. So they're gonna tell you what it is. They're gonna tell you if that phone is not paid off or not, or paid off. So you gotta check that, Tyler. Um, And as far as mislabeled ESNs, there's people do that to where they'll change the IMEI number on the back of the phone to a clean one when it's really not clean. That's just the risk you got to take. That doesn't really happen much. I don't think I've ever had that happen before to me. But that does happen to some people. You just gotta. It's just part of the game. You just gotta take that risk, and if it happens, then go ahead and sell that phone as a blacklisted phone. You might lose money, but hey, it's it's all a learning experience. Well, love cracked iPhone. Right, I'm broke. Yeah, man, it's hard out here. Is dropshipping a good idea? It all depends on how you dropship. There's different platforms you can do it on. And I'm getting into that. I'm not an expert at it, so I can't really give too much advice. But I know dropshipping can make you some good money. Uh, do you use paid IMEI service? No, no, I don't. I mean, I have a guy who does my unlockings and stuff, and sometimes I might use this service to where if you send an IMEI to him, he'll give you pretty much all the information of that phone. Sometimes when you check IMEI, the free ones they don't give you the information. So if I need that, if a phone is like not working or something, and I need that information to see the storage and all that, then I'll go to him. What's a good ESN checker? IMEI Pro. Just Google IMEI Pro, and that's a really good one. That's one like everybody uses that one. So, how long do you see yourself flipping phones and other electronics forever? I'll be doing this forever, guys. Until electronics die out, which they won't. But I'll be doing this for the rest of my life. I guarantee it. It's just I enjoy doing it, although it's good money. I enjoy buying phones and doing all that because with this business, I've come across a lot of people who I've met who also own businesses. So, you connect with a lot of different people in this business. If you talk to them and, ask them about what they do, because, why not? So I've connected with a lot of good people in this business, and it's easy now. It's to the point where it's easy. I don't have to, work too much, and I enjoy it. So if I enjoy it and I make good money, then why stop? Do you buy laptops? Nope, I don't. I'm starting to get into MacBooks. Um, I was kind of one of those guys who was just like phones. It is phones, phones, phones. iPads every once in a while. But there's good money in laptops. Definitely MacBooks. Just gotta get them for a good price, and you'll be good. eBay, you can. Let's see. Hold on. Yep, KAB, you're right. IMEI Pro. So yeah, Benjamin just gave you the website. Do you consider yourself tech savvy? Um, I mean, I know how to use. I know how to use a phone. I know how to use different codes to get different information. I wouldn't say I'm just like savvy to where a point I can repair a bunch of stuff and all that, but um, I'd say I'm pretty advanced at it. There's always room for improvement, but you guys are asking a lot of questions. Hold on. um, can you give me some advice on how to advertise on Facebook without getting flagged? Flagged how? I mean, if you're getting blocked if you're on Marketplace and trying to post on Marketplace and you're getting blocked, I've came to realize that there could be a lot of different reasons for that. Somebody must have reported your listing. You're posting too much. You're posting the same exact ad every time you post. It's a lot of things you gotta keep in mind when you're doing this, because when you are on Facebook and constantly doing the same thing over and over again, there's bots on Facebook that pick that up, and they're gonna dig deeper into that, and then they're gonna say, okay, this person here is posting the same thing over and over again, um, every single day, and then they realize this guy's not even selling a phone. He's advertising that he buys phones. So you have to be kind of tricky. You have to trick the bots as far as each time you post. You gotta be creative. I've been selling electronics for 20 years. Talking about old desktops. Sweet. What's a slow month for you, if you don't mind me asking, financially? Uh, I don't like to get into financial talk, but slow month, maybe like 4,500, 40, maybe 4,000 profit a month would be a slow month, but it hasn't been slow. I haven't had a slow month in a while, but if I was to just guess, that'd be it. I'm so confused about carriers and locks. If I get a T-Mobile locked, if I get a T-Mobile, let me these questions. Let me see. I'll get back to that question. Hold on. Um, where's it at? Okay, if I get a T-Mobile lock phone unlocked, is it then unlocked for all major carriers or all but T-Mobile? It's unlocked. When you unlock it, it is unlocked for different carriers. As far as T-Mobile, I don't like unlocking T-Mobile phones. Is it possible to make good money with no car? Yes, James. I just uploaded a video a couple days ago about different things you can do. It's called How to Make Money as a Kid. There's a part one and part two series. Check it out. It's exactly for people who don't have cars, who don't have much to spend on phones. It's a good way to generate some capital. Ting.com will let you know if the phone is blacklisted exactly. I was asking what the IMEI chicken website. Yeah, I it's called IMEI Pro. Just Google that; it'll be there. Ryan, what's going on? What's a generous amount of money to start off with flipping phones? Uh, 7 years ago, I started with $100. I got Andrea. There's a series that I have out now on my channel called "How to Turn $20 into $1,000." So you could start with $20. If that's all you got, buy some phones with $20, and then um, go from there. How many calls do you get a day? I don't get much. I mean, I don't get many calls like that because although I do post a lot on Craigslist, they just text me. I put my number on Craigslist and just say, hey, text me, because I don't I get if I do get calls, I'm always driving and stuff. I don't like talking on the phone while I'm driving. So I tell them to text me. Sometimes they do call, but most of the time it's just text. So, and the same with other different apps like Facebook, Marketplace, and all that. Everything is via text. Do you do you take the time to unlock phones, or to increase value, or just flip? I just flip it. A lot of people don't like that I do that. That if I can unlock a phone to make some extra money, then why not? Just the fact that you know sometimes unlocks take a while. It's not an instant. There's services that are pretty quick, but for the most part, you just gotta submit your IMEI number and then wait for that IMEI to get unlocked. So I'm more of a fast paced, quick flipper type of phone flipper, but I enjoy that. But I enjoy that more than just sitting on a bunch of phones waiting for them to get unlocked. Have you ever seen anybody buy a phone listed cheap on eBay or sell on eBay for? Yeah, I mean you could do that. You could buy a phone on eBay and resell it back on eBay. Um, I think that's probably not um, the smartest idea. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to work pretty hard to find a phone that you can buy and then flip to make a profit on eBay. And I mean buy on eBay and then flip back on eBay. You probably can buy on eBay and flip locally. Let's see. Do you put your phone number on pics? Not in, I don't put my phone number in the pictures, but I do put them in the description. Okay, you go slow month I will. Which, yeah, I mean the money that comes with phone flipping is crazy. You guys, even part time, you do this part time and make really good money. When you post ads, how many people text you per day? It's up and down. It's up and down. Uh, so yesterday, let's say yesterday I posted an ad in the morning. Um, and I had a lot to do that morning. Did not get back to my phone until I think it was around 2 o'clock, and had about 35 messages from people. So when I posted my ad around 8, I say 8 o'clock in the morning, around 1:30, 2 o'clock, it's I got 35 messages. So I mean it varies, but if you put out a lot of ads, you're gonna get a lot of people coming with you or coming at you. Sorry, with phones. A lot of people say, "Hi, I cannot get any, messages or anything." And then I ask them, "Well, how many ads you got?" And they say, "Well, I got one on Craigslist and one on OfferUp. That's it." And it's like, well, that's why you have to put out a ton of ads so people can see them, and and then they go from there. You can't put like little work in ads and then expect to have a big return. So you gotta put ads out and you gotta be consistent with them. Just don't overdo it. Don't post in 40 different groups a day. That's not the right way to do it. But you know, when it comes to T-Mobile, like Verizon Unlock will for iPhones will work for all carriers, but like I didn't see what Ryan said, but what Ryan said. Okay, so T-Mobile Unlock is not unlocked for Sprint. Exactly. So it is only GSM unlocked. So he's right. So T-Mobile is a GSM network, which I won't get into much, but you guys can Google that. Um, so yeah, it'll work with AT&T, uh, with Cricket. Those are all GSM. Learning to carry unlock. Okay, let me see. My cash is still tied up in PayPal. I'm starting to roll, but I'm curious. Do you know if I can get my cash faster? I don't know what that says. Prepaid credit. You can get a PayPal credit card. I've never got one before, but I believe it's like if somebody pays you, um, you can go out and use that credit card. So if somebody pays you $200, you now have that on that credit card to use. I don't know if I'm 100% sure on that. I've never used that before. So I buy tons of Sprint phones and just unlock them. Same. Sprint Galaxy phones are easy to unlock. So let me see. So then unlocked is not really unlocked for all four. Well, yeah, I mean, unlock. See, that's why unlocking is phone. You know, the phone compatibility and carrier, all that stuff is difficult to explain to people who don't really know it much. But I'll try to make a video about that. Did your course provide a script of questions to ask when these people call you? Yes, I do have a bunch of different conversations that I post in my course, and also different questions you should ask them before making an appraisal. So yeah, just like you said, I like to keep it really short and sweet. A lot of people I see like to write different long paragraphs. You're just doing them but wasting your time. Not everybody is phone savvy. So when you keep it short and simple, it's faster, honestly, and they're not bombarded with a bunch of questions to where you ask them the carrier, the condition, all this different stuff, and they only answer one of them. So make sure you just like really short and sweet with them, and then that seems to be the most effective way, in my opinion. PayPal is a greedy bank. You are correct. PayPal, I have a love and love hate relationship with PayPal, but I don't experience the hold that everybody does. I did when I first started, and it was a pain. I used to have to wait 21 days to get my money, but that's no longer. I know I told you guys we were gonna only do it for 20 minutes. We're on 30 minutes right now. But yeah, PayPal sucks. I hate PayPal too. I do not like PayPal, but I need to use them to make money. I make a huge price list I post every other day. I thought about doing that. That's a lot of work, man. That is a lot of work. I tried that as well to make a price list and keep it updated because these prices fluctuate a lot. Ain't nobody got time for them long combos. Exactly. People most time people are messaging me while they're at work, so they're probably like looking down at their phone while they're messaging me. So I don't want to like write too much. The video title would be great. Yeah, I'll get on the topic. But what you want to do if you're not 100% sure on eBay, you just want you like if you don't know if a phone has a clean ESN or whatever or is showing as bad, and you bought it as clean, what you don't want to do is you know um, list it as clean because you're just gonna get a return. Sometimes if if a phone is you think it's unlocked and then it's not unlocked, then it's just not unlocked. Sell it as a bad IMEI and move on, because you don't want to guess and just be like, well, I'm gonna guess it's this carrier or it's unlocked for this carrier, and I don't know, but I'm gonna guess. You sell that phone, I guarantee 5 6 days later they're gonna say, hey, look, this phone is not unlocked. I need a refund. So So if you ever are, on the fence about it, just list it as bad RMBI or list it as, carrier locked. That's me. All right, we'll do about three more questions if we can fit that in. It's 2:01 here. I gotta be out in a bit. So see. No questions? No questions. All right. Well, okay. Last question here. I buy iPhone 7 Plus unlock iCloud lock for $50 and get 250 to 325. Yep, yep. Although I don't recommend people to buy iCloud lock, that's a good moneymaker right there. How much do you need to start flipping phones? Uh, I already answered that question, Darius, but you can start with 20, you can start with 50, you can start with 1,000. It does not matter. KB's always rushing guys who buy. All right, last question. Last question here. What's going off? Let's see. Just restore iCloud lock phones. Don't send them with the disabled screen. All right. Well, gotta end the live stream for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. The stream was a lot of good questions, a lot of quality info in this stream for you guys to go back on. So I will be uploading it. And those of you who have asked about the course is the first link in the description. Check it out. Uh, and if you want to go for it, then go for it. The price is going to stay the same, guys. I won't be doing any sales for a while, but it's worth it, guys. The course is definitely worth it. There's proof. There's definitely proof. So I'm going to end this one now, and I will see you guys in the next stream.